Hey everybody, sorry for this horrifically different quality of sound and visuals and lighting, but my phone's acting crazy, so I have to record this on the laptop, which is a really great laptop for everything except for apparently the webcam. But that's fine. I'll just be washed out and like extremely brightly colored, white, glowing. It's fine. So as I said in my last video, the coming topics for the YouTube Pagan challenge were really, I didn't know if I'd have enough to say for like a whole video's worth. So I'm going to combine week 11 and week 12 into one as the sun and moon. I think that makes sense. They are very related, obviously. They're huge celestial things in the sky for Earthlings, you know. We see it a lot, both of them, every day. Well, almost every day, I guess, for the moon. But you know what I'm saying. They relate, quite obviously, so I think they can get combined pretty easily. As far as what the moon and the sun mean to me, I mean, it's not like I don't know how to put this. It's not like I imagine them as being some unbelievable thing, some unreachable, magical thing. Like they're such an integrated part of human life that, I mean, like, yes, I see the moon as a feminine energy, mostly because of, you know, menstrual cycles and the relation to the moon cycles and how, on average, like, the amount of time in a menstrual cycle is similar to the moon cycle, you know. I mean, most ladies out there know what I'm talking about. You know, so I do see the moon as a feminine energy, and I do see the sun as a masculine energy. I see, but both of them, I mean, it's not like super black and white. Like, I don't see them like the moon, that's the goddess, the sun, that's the god. Like, it's not so defined as that in my mind, because they both have, it's not so polarized. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moon reflects light from the sun, you know, like, they are interconnected. The moon, we wouldn't even be able to see the moon without the sun, you know. I mean, the moon has the perfect size to block out the sun's light during an eclipse. Like, you know, they're super interconnected, and it's not so black and white. And masculine and feminine energies easily mingle together in everything else. So in the moon and the sun, it feels that way to me too. You know, yeah, they have maybe one stronger than the other, but they're much closer to gender neutral in my mind than I think, from what I've seen other people say. Like, I think it's much more gender neutral in my mind. And then also, you know, obviously, like, a lot of people, you see the sun as, like, you know, great god, which I don't disagree with. The sun is an extremely important part of making life happen on Earth, and it's also an extremely important part of our whole entire solar system. So obviously, yeah, that representation is, boom, get you. And then a lot of people see the moon as like the great goddess and the different forms, you know, the maiden of the crone, like everybody, you know. I think most people learn that, right? I mean, no matter what kind of paganism you're going into, you read a book and that's in there, right? But for me, it's like the moon feels much more connected to, like, the dark goddess. The earth, to me, the Mother Earth, is definitely like the the great goddess, like, you know, the goddess that you think of when you think of like motherly warmth and love and things like that. Like, that's the earth. And because she's always there. She's right under your feet. Even if you're in like a tall skyscraper, the skyscraper is still connected to earth. She's right there. And that's that motherly love and, you know, that all-encompassing kind of supportive, literally supporting you all the time. You know, that's what the earth is for me. I guess you would also have some sort of maiden aspects where, you know, the cycles of the season and stuff like that, which obviously relate to the sun as well, but, you know, that's obviously, it's very evident on Earth. Like, all that stuff happens on Earth. The seasonal changes are Earth things. So that's Earth, right? And then Earth is asleep in winter, which people view as like time of a dark goddess. But if you look up at night, there's the moon, right? She's there all the time too. She, to me, encompasses the dark goddess. Just that, you know, she's the dark goddess. She's that fourth stage, that ignored stage, that feared stage in the goddess cycle. That's just her. I mean, it, you know, there's obvious symbolism because she's out when it's dark. Crazy. And obviously, you know, she does, if you know, you see the Maiden Mother crone in the waning and waxing moon, right? But even then, even when she's full and bright, that doesn't mean to me like mother. It's like the moon is still an alien thing. As much as she is, oh my god, the cat scared me. As much as she's there all the time and part of earthling life, it's still, to me, she's alien. She's far away and distant and mysterious, right? That's the moon. And when she's bright and full, it's more like this is the time when the crone, the dark goddess, she's like, she shines the way. Just as much as she's mysterious, she's wise, and she shines the way for you. You know, she holds the lantern up and guides you when you're ready, right? She can be distant and terrifying and, you know, extremely intimidating. You know, she can be dark, but she can also light the way. She's just not, it's not like the Mother Earth, where she's there, she supports you, she's like, shows you this unconditional love, no matter what. But sometimes you need your ass kicked, right? And that's what the dark goddess is there for. She's like, you know, yeah, you know, I probably love you and all that, but sometimes you need some tough love to get stuff in your head, you know. And sometimes life isn't all hunky-dory, happy sunshine, and the dark goddess lets you see that, you know, that real shit, you know. I don't know, that's how I view it, you know. And I've always had a love of the moon and sun as just being like a human being naturally does. I love summer, I love the heat. The sun is like my best friend in the summer. I'm so happy to see him. I'm just, you know, so, you know, I just love the sun. It's just a human being would. You know, we need the sun to live. We need vitamin D. You know, we need it to grow plants for us to eat. Like, you can't not love the sun. I mean, sure, it gets really hot, but you need him. So sometimes he's a little too hot. Sometimes he's a little too energized, and he scorches us a little bit. he doesn't do it on purpose though. He's trying to help the world live, right? I mean, I personify things a lot, so it's like, just don't worry about that. Oh, but yeah, so obviously then too, if you look at the cycles of the moon and the sun, there's a correlation between both of them and how the cycles of life go, right? I mean, you have the sun rises and it's young, goes to high noon when it's strongest, right? High up in the sky in the middle of its cycle, and then it falls down, it's get dark again, and then it disappears, and it's like rebirth, right? I mean, just because we can't see the sun in the sky where we are does not mean it doesn't exist. It's still there. It's like a, you know, cycle of rebirth. Same thing with the moon and, you know, waning and waxing of the moon. You could argue that's very similar symbolism. It just takes, you know, 29 days or whatever instead of one. You know, there's symbolism of that in there as well. But yeah, so as I said, I really don't have much more else to say. I did recently buy a book. Let me see if I can find it. I did. It's called Moon Lore. I have not cracked it open yet because I have gone book crazy this last month. I have bought so many new books. I mean, this is just a small chunk. Oh, wait, one's a sketchbook. Well, that doesn't count. But, God, I have literally, I'm on my bed. I have a pile of books over there that are my, like, read-me pile. It's enormous. It's enormous. I don't know what to do. But yeah, so, I mean, I got this. Oh, and then I got another kind of similar subject. This called Shadow Dance. Obviously, gonna have price books a lot. That's where I'm always at. I basically clean them out of any pagan books that are interesting to me. I clean them out whenever they get new books. It's just, bye. Sorry, anyone in my area that wants books like this, because I bought them all. But yeah, so I have tons of books that I'm reading that kind of relate to the subject, or will be reading. So hopefully, I mean, I might have more to say someday, but right now that's all I got. I don't even remember what week 13 is, so I have no idea what that video is going to be like. I'll have to look it up. As far as future videos from me other than that, I mean, like I said, I have all these books to read, so I might make some videos about that. I think that'd be interesting, right? I mean, I have lots of books. I also have to go, I really need to go through my books. My living space is a mess, and main concern, or main reason, basically, it's clothes and it's books. I've gotten rid of tons of clothes. I have gotten rid of garbage bags full of clothes. But I've only gotten rid of 6 books. 6 books I've gotten rid of, but that's mostly because I haven't gone through all of them. I've gone through like a tiny fraction of the amount of books I have. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But that might make me make videos on at least the different pagan books I have. I mean, I have way more than just that, trust me. I mean, I can make a library with just pagan books I've got, but I also could make like 10 libraries with all the fiction I have. So, I don't know. Maybe that'll be what I do next. We'll see. So I have tarot card videos to make, book videos to make, and, you know, perhaps continuing this Pagan challenge videos if I'm not super lazy again. Yeah, so hopefully I'll make more. I'm sorry I'm just extremely inconsistent with videos, but that's just the way my life goes lately. I'm lazy and have a crazy work schedule, so it just happens. But that's it for today. See you guys next time. Have a good day.